man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
All right, let me give you the 411 on Terence, Crawford, and Shawn Porter. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically, they started off with offering Shawn Porter $1 million. He made $1.2 million to fight for Miller. Turned that down. And basically, what they saying is ESPN and Top Rank. Basically, when you paying guys $4 or $5 million and then $3 million for a guarantee, they don't know if they could put that fight on pay-per-view. Let's talk about it. Check out the Welterweight boxing playlist. Check out the boxing room playlist. So basically, they don't know if this fight gonna sell. So that's why ESPN and Top Rank is reluctant to put the fight up, because them paying them that much, they gonna put it on pay-per-view. They gonna make people pay. And you ask yourself, is you gonna pay for Shawn and Terence to fight on pay-per-view? I don't know. People say, well, PBC put anything on pay-per-view. Al Heyman got a formula that nobody know. You know, that he get sponsors, like he's sponsored for like the Budweiser tour and all that. He gets sponsors to basically supplement the pay-per-view buys. So it don't matter if they do 1,000, 100,000, 2,000 pay-per-view buys. He has a situation where the sponsors pay for the pay-per-view, and nobody know how he did it. He taught ESPN his formula, but he didn't tell him how to execute it. And that's why he can throw anything on pay-per-view. That's why. Because he got some special way of people's sponsors endorsing the fight. And that's why the networks always fall out, simply because he benefit from the sponsorship, but they benefit from low TV numbers. Because think about it. They got to pay the Lampley's. They got to pay Andre Ward. They got to pay Paul Malignaggi. They got to pay those guys. Still, the cameraman costs money. All that costs money. So they taking a loss when anything on pay-per-view and the Charlo pay-per-view do 50, 60,000. They take a loss. A huge loss, man. And ain't too much. That Top Rank can do. Top Rank can't throw anything on pay-per-view, because the grunt of the kickback come from the gate. Not from the gate, and no gate. I mean, the grunt of the kickback for them is the gate, and then it's pay-per-view, and they not gonna move no pay-per-view for Shawn and Terence. Simply for that, these old promoters don't know how to promote boxing in the 21st century, in now 2021, and that's the biggest issue. They don't know how to promote boxing. I think the old school way of running radio ads, that's over with. But for the most part, they don't think it's gonna sell on pay-per-view. So they paying all that money, and they don't think they're gonna flip a return. Especially with Amir Khan being a more popular fighter than Shawn Porter, they probably thinking more of 170 to 100,000 pay-per-view, and that's not gonna cut it. You still got to pay Terence Crawford $4 or $5 million guaranteed for a pay-per-view, and Shawn getting $3 million. Shawn can't pull in the viewership. That's the problem. Shawn can't pull in the viewership. And they don't know if they can put, and they put on regular TV, it's gonna do fantastic, but you're paying these high guarantees. And Shawn won $3 million. I heard it went from 1 to 2.5. So I don't know if it's over $500,000, if it's over $1 million. But Shawn won an amount of money that they can't guarantee, because they don't know if it's gonna go on pay-per-view. Simple as that. The projections ain't too good. What they gonna do? 100,000. Triller should step in and buy it. They should. But now they talking about Josito Lopez gonna take the $1 million. So the $1 million they originally offered gonna go to Josito Lopez. They just being cheap. And this ain't just a Terence Crawford thing. Think about the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez thing. People say, Lomachenko, Teo only got 2. No. ESPN stepped in and gave Teo what he wanted. Talking about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury couldn't fight because they didn't have money for him and his opponent. So you can't fight because you can't fight premier opponents because ESPN and Top Rank don't want to put the money up. Why would you want to sign to them? They can't even find them. They can't even find the money. To me, that's wild. They can't even find the money for you to fight. Crazy. But for the most part, that's what it boils down to, is that they can't put it on pay-per-view. And Josito Lopez gonna take that meal and make it jump. But for the most part, who cares at this point, man? They can sit there and complain about, money, all that. But, you know, Shawn Porter got 1.2 to fight for Miller. I want to see if Al Haymon going to pay 3 for his next fight. Honestly. So, you look at the welterweight division, who you going to fight? You know, Mikey Garcia going to fight Pacquiao, like Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz, Kyle Velasquez, Alvarez, Qdoba, Josito, Amir Khan, Kilbrook, Ennis, Hooker, Santiago Dominguez, Conor Benn, Cody Crawley, Jesse Vargas. He moved up Rashidi. I mean, he's not gonna fight nobody. Come on, and Bud ends up fighting a guy like Josito Lopez. We lose as the fans. You know, Shawn Porter. He said he won 3. I heard they offered him 2.5. It wasn't good enough. What can I say? I mean, shit, it is what it is. I mean, he gonna sit there and tune up. Then at some point, he gonna rematch at Errol Spence, and it's gonna be it. And you look at Shawn Porter. Look at Shawn Porter. $33 years old. Be 34 this year. Come on. 34 years old. $34. You know, so you want to sit around and wait? He can. You know. I mean, I don't have no too much what to say. He wants to sit down around and wait. He can wait. But he be 34 this year. By the time he get Errol Spence, he almost gonna be 35. You know, any time for Shawn Porter to move on up to 54. You know, what he waiting for? You know, but for Shawn Porter, I mean, if it is over 500,000, he being petty. But then again, I'm hearing they don't think they could put it on pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Terence Crawford ain't no spring chicken either. He 33, be 34 in September this year. You know, should Terence Crawford give us some money to Shawn Porter? Absolutely not. He's the champion. Shawn Porter challenger. And then, you know, people ask why Shawn ain't, you know, push the mandatory so it can go to purse bid. Why not? You know, and you know, we move on from it, but you know, my whole thing is, you know, looking at it moving forward. You know, Shawn Porter just didn't want to fight because he didn't really go all leaps and bounds. Hold on, he didn't go leaps and bounds to fight Shawn Porter. He didn't. He didn't try to do everything he could to fight Shawn. You know, he didn't. I mean, he didn't try to do the mandatory. He didn't. I mean, Triller could have picked it up and they could have both got paid. He ain't trying to fight Bud. Then he said, "Oh, I knock him out." Well, shit, take the fight. You know, but Al Haymon don't want them dudes to fight. And then he don't even like giving rematches. So if I'm Errol Spence, do I rematch him? And he don't want to give rematches. He beat me. He ain't gonna want to give me the trilogy. He pull a Tyson Fury? No. No, that's my thing, bro. Shawn Porter need to move up. If he don't fight Bud, move up. That's my thing. He don't fight Bud, move on up. How hard can that be? I mean, but hey, this is boxing, man, and it's pretty much how they doing it. And to be honest, it's sad. It's real sad. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media links in the description. Also got a Facebook group, check that out in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App TJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. Description, PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. I know what business is. We gone.